Hi everyone, this is Crash Me Twice, and today I would like to show off how I built my office Simpit. This is a work in progress and you all know it never ends. I started out by building an under-desk sliding system. This way I can do my work on a desk, and when it's time to sim, I can move my controls into the position I want them to be. I purchased on eBay a set of 26-inch heavy-duty drawer sliding rails. I mounted them between two 2x4s, and I needed to remove the sliding lock to make this work for me. These sliding rails are great, very solid construction and a smooth action. As I said, I sandwiched a 40-40 Tslot profile in between. This will be the carrier for the vertical 80-40 Tslot profile on which I will mount all my controls. The assembly is then bolted beneath my desk, and I'm off cutting and machining the vertical Tslot profile to accommodate the clamp system. The vertical carrier receives an Armor Tool auto-adjustable inline toggle clamp. I then create the base plate to mount my cyclic to. I made this from 6061 aluminum, a 1/4 inch thick, and I used Tslot nuts and M8 countersink bolts to mount it. On my left side, I built a simple support structure from 2x4 studs to which I will be mounting my profiles onto. This saves on cost, as profiles are a lot more expensive than wood, at least it used to be. A plywood board, cut to size and stained, makes this pretty. To bring stability to the system, I ordered linear rails to mount to the wall. This is needed to hold up to the pressure applied when using my rudder pedals. I'm making a plate to mount the slider blocks onto. The plate holes need to be measured well, where the blocks will not align and will bind when moved on the rail. It is also important to have access to the center bearing adjustment bolt for final tuning. This plate is then mounted onto a short piece of 4080 profile, which allows me to have a bit of vertical adjustment. The corner M6 Tslot brackets need to have on one end the holes enlarged for M8 bolts, as they will hold both the upper part of the horizontal rudder assembly and the profile itself to the vertical post. The M6 part is only used on the back side of the vertical post in the upper portion. I made for the clamp an extension rod to be able to operate it from the comfort of my chair. I turned the foot from acetal and tapped it for the rod. Quite simple but effective system. I need to make a guide bracket on the bottom of the 4080 profile to prevent the rod to bend under the force applied. This thing has a lot of power, and I've adjusted it to pressure just below my desk plate starts moving upward. Mind you, my desk is bolted to the floor, and this will not work with a desk which just sits on your carpet. It will lift off, and your flying experience may not be so funny. On the bottom of the rudder assembly, I am using 2 banjo fasteners as I have already shown in previous videos. You can see here the completed assembly with the guide rail on the floor ready to be installed onto the wall. And the end caps, which are probably the cheapest part of the project, give it a finished look. Back to the left side of my Simpit. I am mounting profiles to the wood construction to accommodate my panels and switch boxes. I made a bracket to hold one of the 4040 horizontal Tslot profiles to my rack system, in which I installed a rack drawer to hold cables and other Simpit accessories. Whenever I connect a profile at an angle, I am using a banjo fasteners on the back and the corner of an angled Tslot bracket on the inner radius. This is true only when using 4040 profiles. A computer PCI power bracket with 3 Molex connectors will serve as a distribution hub. I welded a piece of flat steel to it to give it rigidity, and it allows me to mount it directly to a Tslot profile. I also had a countersink the small screws, holding the Molex connectors into the bracket. The original screws did not allow the female connector to seat correctly. On my project table are plenty of USB cables waiting, which need to be run from the PC to a USB hub, which will be mounted on a vertical post on the left side of the Simpit. After connecting and running the cables through an HP server cable management arm, everything is ready to rock. This HP cable management arm is perfect for this job. It allows the cable to be routed and moving with the drawer sliders and prevents the cables to get hung up or droop on one end of the slider side, and also avoiding any kinks or other unwanted surprises. You can pick them up for cheap on eBay if you look for an arm designed for an outdated server system like this one. After mounting the cyclic to my sliding post, I am ready for a test run of all my components. At the rear of my Simpit, you can see I have installed a carpet trim strip, also known as edging, which will prevent my chair from walking backwards when using my rudders. I am using switchable USB hubs, meaning I can turn each port on or off as needed. This allows me to only use the systems when I need them, and they don't run when I work. The switch is connected to the switch box and controls the rudder's damper system. This switch will be eventually installed into a custom panel I will be making down the road. Well, everything worked as intended, and I'm quite happy with the outcome. Well, here you go. This is my humble desk Simpit. As I have said in the beginning of this video, it is a project in progress. I will try to make updates to it with new videos when something changes. I'm planning more projects in the future, so please keep an eye out for my next video. Hope you all enjoyed this little tour, and I hope I earned a like from you. Crash Me Twice, out.